In spite of the fact that this delve is second rate, it is impressive. Anyone who went there would just be overawed at the beauty and the architecture and the majesty of this whole place. You know that there are dwarven halls that just eclipse this in every single way. But you go into this room with pillars, and there's dwarven, the Hearthguard is between every pillar, just arrayed in gear with their weapons. And behind that are tapestries, and you see scribes and scholars walking around. You know that past this room is the throne room. You being who you are, the Hearthguard just nod at you because you are who you are. There are very few people that could do what you're about to do, but you stride all the way past this room, and you see guards guarding the throne room, but they do not do this. They just stand here, and actually they click to attention as you come. And there is a courtier there in robes. He's an older man, and he sees you and nods when you are at a distance and disappears. And rather than stopping you and asking who you are, he's going to tell the king who is coming. And you just go into the throne room. And the throne room is impressive and made of precious stones. And upon this throne, you see this wizened figure completely hunched over to the point where his chin is almost at his knees. His beard touches the ground and actually goes about a foot on the ground and curl. That's how far his chin is over. He is dressed in finery, but there's just random hairs popping out all over his face. One of his eyes is white, the other one is glazed over. He is very, very old, and this is the king. And the courtier whispers in his ear, but then you hear the courtier elevate, yell in his ear. You can't quite make out the words because you're at a distance, but then the king nods, and he pushes them away. And you come before the king, and you bow as dwarves do, but then the king just waves it off like this. Why do you come before me?
I have some bad news, king.
I already know you have no riches. What do you wish from me?
I just want you to know the smelt is broken.
What smelt? Which smelt?
The wood metal smelt.
Broken how? What is it? What have you done?
Thorir went into a anger fever dream and it broke apart.
Bring him before me. There will be consequences. Consequences for this.
Yes, my lord.
You have no way to repair this. You have no way to pay for its repair. You have nothing.
I'll figure out a way to make for this, but I'll find Thorir.
You have very little time to think, dwarf. Be gone. Bring him before me.
What you wish?
No king would ever talk to someone of a royal line like this. There's something going on here, and of course you know what it is. He feels lesser. He needs to make sure that everybody knows that he's greater. And you two leave, past the throne room, past where the Hearthguard is, and all of a sudden you see him.
I would have stopped and grabbed my father and moved down if you were allowed that.
Go for it.
Okay. Father, we have to go now.
Sharpening his axes. There's some stew.
No, we have to go now.
You have to eat.
I spoke to Greywing. He put a doom upon me. We have to go now.
Greywing.
Yes. Get your axe. Let's go.
Come on, boy. Who do you plan on telling this to?
Our king. Not
Fate.
king.
Good.
I'll hustle.
You can see it upon him. You haven't seen such a thing in a long time, but you have seen it. It's a very serious thing.
While we're walking, and I'm ruminating on this and trying to keep it in my mind, I say, I saw something else, Father. Another vision.
Vision of what?
As I walked down the tower, it changed. There were tapestries hanging. It was clean. 4 dwarves, great men who did what I did, but were respected. I saw this, and then I came back into the present, but
You must have seen the old kingdom.
It's so odd. It must have been Greywing's power.
Maybe.
He was
maybe
large.
not.
Well, let us hurry.
Fate, 2 fate. 4 dwarves come together. Roll 20-sided.
What?
Actually, 5 dwarves come together.
Can I bust into the room?
You're there. And the reason why you're there is because You think you almost caught the Mad Piper again. He lost you.
Yeah.
You had like a moment to become calm, and all of a sudden you ran into him, and you're like, oh, thank goodness. Because you were right on his tail, but then at the last moment, he got away into what looked like a hole he may have even made himself. And you just, that worries you a little bit. But now you've just all come together. You know. Roll 20-sided.
As we come together, I give Gisli a vow. Oh Lord, do we have a place we can speak?
6.
Yeah, yes, we'll walk off to...
You know it's him. That feeling, it comes from this. Whatever he is about to say is the earth-shattering event that your runes have brought you that will lead to another event.
As I turned to wipe the raven shit off his pants from where he sort of stumbled from before he addresses.
And completely oblivious to anything else that's going on. I kind of limp over and very... Gisli! Tell me it isn't true. I felt the earth crack beneath my feet. You were near the smelt, weren't you? And where's Tror?
Yes, we...
Please tell me the smelt is still intact. That wood metal is precious.
Yes, I know it is.
My Lord, we don't have time for this. We must speak.
And he bows and sort of...
This is my son. You know him, Hark.
Yes, sir.
And you
What could be more important than the smelt?
Sir, I come bearing news. I met Greywing. Greywing's legend.
Great. Why does that name sound so familiar?
He is the Raven of Legend.
Many legends, many legends.
There's only one about a raven.
Oh, you mean Greywing? Why didn't you say so?
Yes.
Well, out with it.
Greywing placed a doom on me. I cannot remember the exact words, but I know the beats of it, for it came in prophecy and poem.
A doom, you say? We've not had a doom in... well, before I was born.
Bali has fallen. Not just fallen, he's fallen with helm chipped and mail rent. The raven saw him stumble into a field of snow. He called out to it. It came down to him. He told the raven that he placed this doom upon him, upon Greywing, and said that our kin still live. But not for long, and not unless we act. They're imprisoned in the Eversnow, and they've issued this doom to us all, to save them or fall with them. But we must go.
I'm not in the king's best graces right now.
The people who left, it took tremendous resources to equip them and to get the food and everything that they needed to go. Nearly everything the clan had was sacrificed for this mission. You have enough to scrape together what you would need for the 8 of you who are remaining. It would clean you out. There's nothing left. And you also have to have permission from the king. Well, you don't have to have it, but if you don't have it, there could be serious consequences.
So you're certain about the message?
Yes. It's not every day a raven the size of an eagle flies out of the sky.
Well, you've had, dare I say, other interesting stories.
You question my boy?
It's not that I question your boy.
I am not the only one who has stories whispered about them.
She does speak the truth.
If what he says is true, then those stories are of no consequence. The real important matter is our clansmen in the north. Last we know, they went to secure the North Cave, and we should have gone with them. We should have been right there where did you say they were? In North Winter?
They were imprisoned in the Eversnow.
In the Eversnow.
Priest, do you know what this means?
We should have been in the Eversnow with them.
Yes, Leaf. What say ye?
I've seen signs in the ruins. We are all in great danger. Of what I know not. Did you see anything else?
I saw... Yes, but it was not spoken to me from Greywing.
What did you see?
Tell me vision.
I was walking down the tower, and it came over me. The tower was cleaned. There were tapestries hung in it. 4 men, very noble men, men of great import, walked as well, and I could sense that in the past they had done as I was doing. They had borne messages from ravens, perhaps Greywood himself. That was all.
Everyone roll 20.
15.
15.
18.
All of a sudden, you look up and you see Thor, and you realize that as you were talking, you were so intense you didn't even see him come up, but he has heard the whole thing. And he stands almost like he sees the enemy before him. And all of you look up when you see him, and Thor just looks at you all. We go. We go now. And he turns and walks away, and all of you have absolutely no doubt he's going to get a pack and fill it with things, and he is going to leave with you or without you.
I sat next to the drawer, try to catch up to him as best as I can. Say, quite an army you got on you there, bud. I heard about what happened at the smelt.
Roll 20.
18.
All of a sudden, you stop, and you almost feel yourself lift as he grabs you and holds you up, and you kind of turn and look at him, and you just see his eyes are on fire.
I didn't mean nothing by it. I just
And then he lets you go and keeps walking.
dust myself off.
Guys, then wait.
Roll 20.
3.
You call out after him, cousin, wait, and he just keeps going. And you decide not to call out. After that, you realize that he's in a mood, a Thor mood. There is a reason why perhaps he was left behind. Make no mistake, he is a badass, but there's a price to be paid for having somebody along like him.
We need him. But before that, what happened to the smuggler?
It was broken, and I call after the drawer as he's walking away. Bring back some of that Verting Courage.
He stops, and you see his whole body just tense up, and you just see the muscles flare across his back. And then he keeps walking again.
He's going to get himself killed.
He'll be fine.
And we're going to be seen as traitors because the smelter's broken, he broke it, and then we all leave together.
I follow him, and you all can speak to the king. The king cares not for me.
It's not a matter of following. You won't go off alone with him and kill yourself, die in the middle of the woods somewhere with some strange humans or other animals.
Well, perhaps I can get him to, of course, follow.
He is unruly. He will not be safe with him.
Well, if he's going after the clan to... Sorry. Well, if he's going after the clan in the north, then that's where I'm going to. To be truthful, care very little for the king of the cows here.
It's not our choice. I take a knee and I bow my head to him. If you say we go, I go.
I hope we're gonna have to choose.
Yeah, I think we go.
Good enough for me.
That's it.
Give me just a few moments to go get something.
You will bear the responsibility for this. You know this.
Oh, well, I know. Yeah, I'm not in the best position here anyway. So
Perhaps he'd be glad to get rid of us.
They will see our clan as traitors. That's happened. And they'll be.
yeah, but they already despise us anyways. So
Yes. You are right. This is true.
And this is not our home. Our home is in the heart of Kundarak.
I agree with all of you.
They have laid a response. One of your kin has bowed before you, laying home the fact that you are in charge, and you have said that you are going. What do you do now? There are several courses available to you. You must choose one, and there are eyes staring back at you. You feel the weight of command that you know that you must act and you must say something now. Whether what you say will be acted upon, and you must say it now.
Must spend 10 minutes to collect ourselves, get our gear.
I would need some poultices or something, bandages and wounds.
I have some here, Father.
If you say that you grab stuff for a journey, and you tell me generally what you're grabbing,
Okay.
I'm going to allow it unless it's outlandish. Okay, but keep in mind that you are dwarves. But if you're asking for super specialized stuff, you're not going to have time to do it unless it's easily available. But if you just tell me generally what you guys are looking for, I will say that you can prepare for the journey if that's what you are doing.
Yeah, let's prepare. Leaf, can you get the hammer?
can.
Can we take that?
You said you were hurt? I think I can heal that. I use heal condition on your neck.
Roll 27. He reaches out to you.
20.
Last one.
I was like pulling out poultices, and I'm like, I can. Oh,
This forgotten cousin of yours looks upon you, and all of a sudden he just seems to rise in stature. I mean, just almost physically, like he's glowing. And he just reaches out to you, and when you look into his eyes, you see Evul. You see the power of Evul. And he just goes like this, and almost like he's going to touch you, but then he just drops his hand like this, and you realize that you have been fully healed before his hand even got to you. But to him, he doesn't even change expression. It was like he was meant to do this. And I want you to put, for heal condition, go ahead and put +1.
My lord, do you see what's happening?
He is a rune priest. He is something out of legend. It is abundantly obvious that that has happened beyond your sight, and he is on a different level.
I take a knee before him and grab his hand and pull it to my head. Thank you. Thank you, Leaf.
Fate.
This is a good omen.
Slightly. You have to understand, powerful rune priest is world-rendingly powerful. Now, whether he has all of the abilities or powers or not, you do not know, but he certainly has some.
Let's collect our things and
He has ordered you all to collect your things and go and prepare for the journey.
I grab the hammer and some text of Igul.
I grab traps for food if we have them, like in the wilderness. I grab cooking implements and things that most dwarves don't usually think about when they're preparing for journeys. And then I pack some med equipment and fill up my quiver. And a coat. It's going to be cold.
bring as many hammers as I can, climbing gear, spelunking gear, some type of torch.
I run off to the workshop and grab my smith tools, and I've got LDG by a rope with a backpack filled with odds and ends and little bottles. This is my little pack horse here.
Oh, you loaded her up too?
I loaded her up with backpack with all my.
Like a mule.
Do
And I think that I
you
could
come out
carry.
with this thing?
I do.
He
yeah.
does indeed. In fact, when you come out with her, the dwarves kind of like look at you, and you stop traffic. She goes, moo, moo, and people just look at you in a whole different way. Like something like her has not been seen for hundreds of years, and you're like, hey,
Don't have time to explain, guys, but this is LDG. She's coming with us.
Do you
Okay.
have a sense of the soul of that thing? Since it is...
I will give you a roll.
Okay.
I just kind of look at you at the second time.
No, 4.
You instantly have affinity for it.
Uh-oh.
It's like, oh, it's like, moo. You're like, ah,
Another one. Hi.
moo,
Hi.
moo. And then all of a sudden, this weird look comes into her eyes. She comes close to you and starts to eat your shirt.
Oh. Hello. I think she likes me.
She's pretty docile, but I wouldn't get too close.
As
Roll 20-sided. This is important.
as we leave the hall, Hawk puts his hand on Herrick. Says Herrick, which he hasn't called him by his name in a long time. Says, "You did good today. Very good. Your gifts and your destiny will far surpass mine. I'm proud of you."
Thank you, Father.
Now all you have to do is walk straight forward, strike with some strength. They survive this.
Yes. To all of us.
Go on.
Fate. What'd you roll?
15.
You go into the sacristy, and the 3 priests are there, 4 among them. And they're in the other room. They see you come into the large room with the throne, and they see you and they straighten, but they don't say anything. And you go immediately to the throne and you take the hammer down, and they continue watching you. You've done this before, and it is your right. But then you turn to walk out of the room, and 4 steps forward. He says, "What are you doing?
I'm taking
Put that back!"
I'm taking the hammer. I will save this plan. If you have the balls to deny me, you can attack.
He straightens, roll 20-sided.
8.
He turns the other 2, "Come!" and they quickly leave the room. You are alone. You have the hammer in your hand.
I take a beat. I pray to Vul for wisdom and strength. And I walk out.
Fate. You walk out. All of you are soon ready. He looks hilarious. He has all these cooking pots on his pack, and they clink, 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 clink. And all of you see the little cat. Moo, moo, moo. All of you come together, and it's all of you are heartened. There's something about this. Tror actually is there as well, and he has brought Esmond and Alias. That is the scholar, the hothead, and the drunken crossbowman. And the drunken crossbowman is very drunk, but he has all of his stuff. He's wearing his pack upside down, and stuff is kind of leaking out of it every once in a while. It's tight, but stuff is still kind of coming out of the sides.
Very carefully walk up and just
kind of rearrange him a little bit. He's you easily do. He doesn't even know what you're doing. He has a kind of a smile on his face and puts his pack on right. And Tor looks at him and just shakes his head. And Egmont actually comes up to you, and you are taking the Moonhammer?
I am.
Well, very good. Very well. Excellent. And he seems very excited at this prospect, and he knows what this Runehammer means, as do you. All of you roll 20-sided. This is important.
5.
2.
19.
15.
Tyr, there is a booming on the door to your clan quarters. Do, 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 do.
Did we tell them?
Who goes there?
The Hearthguard.
Step outside and close it.
You see there are 3 men, including the leader of the Hearthguard. You know him. His name is Anal. And they don't look happy, but the Hearthguard never look happy. The king calls you to the throne room. All of you. Now. We will wait.
Give me a few moments. You go back inside.
He nods.
Close the door. The king wants to see us.
Oh boy.
King. Of course he'll deny us this journey.
We're not telling
He points to all of our packs and clothing.
you.
So you want us to stand before the king and lie to his face?
Who's king, isn't he?
I have an idea. What if we put all our stuff down, we go to the king, and
We're coming!
we tell him we're planning to fix the smelt.
Yes.
Why do we lie? We are not. You tell me time and time again, we are not lowly beggars in this land. We're just being treated in a way that unbecomes dwarves.
And now is the time we will send to that place that I told you.
The door opens. That's unusual.
I grab it.
You grab it. Roll 20-sided.
16.
You grab it, but you can't pull it away. The guy on the other side of the door is just as strong as you are. That door will break before it goes either way. You understand what I'm saying? You see it now, and he looks at you, and there's fire in his eyes. He says,
Coming.
"You are coming now."
Let's go.
All right, everybody, put your stuff down. Let's do this.
Leave it here, and after Ron, we won't have it.
I get close to Leaf with my face away from the door. I tell him, whisper, perhaps you should leave that.
It is.
Hide it.
This is the only rune hammer in this kingdom. This is a powerful relic from another age. It is always in the sacristy, and there's always someone watching. You understand what I'm saying? You can do whatever you wish. They have told you to leave it behind. What do you do?
Whatever you decide, I'm with you.
I will not leave it. I'm the rightful guardian of it.
So be it. I open the door. We're ready.
You walk out, and they see you with the hammer, and there is half surprise on their faces, like they were told of this, but couldn't quite believe it. And now leads you. The other two wait until you all pass, and then take a position at the rear. You are being escorted. And you are escorted through the chamber before the throne room with the Hearthguard and the scholars. They're all staring at you. Just no one says a word. And you march into the throne room, and you see the king, and the king stands. What's unusual is that I told you his head was almost touching his knees. When he stands, his head doesn't move, the rest of him does. So his head is at the same level, but this hunchback is up, and he's standing up, and he stands. He says, "How dare you! How dare you! Kneel before the throne! Kneel!" And he commands you to kneel.
We all look at you.
Before anyone does anything, I kind of flamboyantly half bow in front of the venerable King Narek of Great.
Silence!
I've had enough.
Roll 20-sided.
6.
He steps forward and he smiles, and that bodes ill. And he says, "You come here looking for sanctuary. We give you everything. We put a cavern roof over your head. We put food upon your table. We took you in like family. And you spat upon us, all of you. You've taken the rune hammer from the sacristy, from my kinsmen, the other priests." You notice he does not say to put it back. "And now you set out on a journey without my permission? After breaking my forges?"
Yeah, but Herc had a vision from the Raven, and our crew is in trouble. We saw this. We're taking action.
This is important. Roll 20-sided.
Automatic 20.
Okay. Hey, you see a dwarf, Herca, next to the king, an older man in robes, and he almost runs to the king and whispers in his ear. And the king goes like this. What did the raven say?
He spoke first.
Speak up, boy!
I met Greywing.
Kind of Twitter goes through the throne room.
He spoke to me. He spoke to me in verse. He told me that Bolli was fallen, and Bolli called him down from the sky and placed a doom on him, which the raven then placed upon me. Not only was he dead, his helm was chipped and his mail was rent. Our comrades are still alive for now. They're imprisoned in the Eversnow. And the doom was issued. The doom was issued upon us to save or fall with our kin. That's what was said to me, my king.
He despises you. You can tell. I mean, there's just nothing but absolute contempt in his eyes, but he is honorable unto death, and he is a dwarf. He goes like this, and then now walks up to him, and he exchanges words with him, and then he sits back upon the throne, like this, and says nothing. But you see, and now leaves the room. There is no one speaking in the room. And then all of a sudden the Hearthguard comes into the room, and they don't surround you, but they are behind you. And you see them start to unbuckle, take off helms. And you're a little shocked, and all of a sudden you notice the helm that the guy behind you took off, he put at your feet. And then he takes off his chain and puts it in front of you, and he puts his warhammer down and his shield. And all of you notice the Hearthguard is doing the same thing. Now, when I say chain, it's more like plate mail. Okay, dwarven plate mail of the old metals. The good stuff. This is the Hearthguard of a kingdom. And they're all doing the same thing. Putting it at your feet.
Yeah, it's for our journey.
And then the king stands again, and he says, I give this to you for your journey, and I owe you nothing. Nothing more. You will never come back here. Your kingdom is your kingdom, and this kingdom is mine. Any promise that we had together is gone and done. If you wish your kingdom, you go find it. But we are finished. This agreement between my clan and yours that we have had for generations upon generations, it ends now, today. What I give you is beyond price, beyond measure. And I want one of you to roll 20-sided one time. In fact,
10.
You notice that the armor that they put down in front of you is from your house that you sold long ago, before you were even born. It is Kundaric armor in front of you, and you just look back at the king with a whole different expression, like you old bastard.
Mm-hmm.
The king says, take your gifts and go. When night falls, no one of Clan Kundaric is in the Catandelve. Leave my presence. You will either be dead or I will bow to you again. But now, done.
So I bow in front of King Sire. Your generosity, the generosity of
Someone steps, one of the courtiers steps forward, and he says, you are dismissed, and interrupts you.
I bow here and now. Hear me, O King. Clan Kundarak will be restored, the seat of power of the High Kings.
Unfortunately for you, as you announce that, the next thing you hear is moo.
That was gonna happen.
And everyone just kind of looks. But the thing is, it's like moo. And it's the cutest thing ever, not in a dwarven king's hall. And they all just kind of turn and look at this toy, and you see her kind of shrink a little bit. And the king just absolute contempt, like you have just spat upon his feet. And the Hearthguards actually pick up their stuff and hand it to you, like get thee gone. Like they understand this in this moment. You guys need to get the hell out of here.
I did the stuff that I'm going to do and hold the helmet and get it now and say, perhaps the next time I see you will be from this wise.
I just
Roll 20-sided.
Who are you saying that to?
One.
The Hearthguard looks at you and he says, "You are no dwarf," and he means it. Like you just said you were going to engage another dwarf in armed battle. He is just like done. Like who you are. Like if he did see you outside of his kingdom, it may actually come to blows. And you meet his gaze, unwavering. I want you to put charisma experience, and I want to put on your skills, sinister. And he almost, this is a Hearthguard, a dwarven Hearthguard, and you almost make him blink. Almost, but he doesn't. And all of you get your equipment, and you are given heirloom armor, heirloom weapons. You are shocked. Nothing like your Greenham. That is the jewel of all. There is nothing that's being handed out that anywhere approaches what we have. Whether you'll be able to use it as the rune priests of old have done, you do not know. But you have it. And you have your equipment and you file out in silence. And you wish that this did not happen, and all of you silently curse his name. Because the only thing that you hear is a like a very petulant. And you're like, oh, I wish that hadn't have been said. If you were any other race besides dwarf, it wouldn't be so bad, but it's just like insult to injury. You almost want to hang your head in shame as you leave. And again, you exit the throne room into the room with the Hearthguard and the troopers, and the Hearthguard is just glaring at you because you just took 8 sets of heirloom armor from the kingdom, and you are leaving it. And you are not hassled, but you know what? All the dwarves, they actually move to the sides as you pass, and you hear whispers and talk. You have been exiled. This is a big deal. This is the worst thing that a dwarf could do to another dwarf is exile. Dwarves don't kill each other. Exile is the worst punishment ever. You have been utterly dishonored and shamed.
Banished.
You have been banished. And you get your gear in silence.
I say inside of prayer, getting this inheritance back from my clan, and also to my brother Walter that this mission will not be in vain.
Fate. Roll 20-sided.
19.
And you know instinctively that he is praying, and you put a hand on him and you pray with him. Roll 20-sided.
18.
And all of a sudden, everyone feels something, and you all come together and put hands on each other's shoulders. Egmont, Chor, Alias as well. And it's this dwarf communion. And all of a sudden, a song breaks out. And none of you even chose it. It just came to your lips immediately. And it is a song of honor and battle of Clan Kundarek, of a battle that you guys were in 1,000 years ago. And you sing it, and it's just this power and strength comes. And all of you can put down +1. As you receive the blessing of Ivul. And it came from all of you together, but was precipitated like a conductor by him. And all of you head to the north gate. Or leading says, come. And a calmness has come on him. Maybe from the prayer, that he looks like a different man. Alias, too, has somewhat sobered, although he is still jolly. And for some reason, the little dairy girl has found herself on his shoulder. And she kind of has her arm around his head, and they march off together. And you move through these dwarven halls with the dwarves all just in silence. But then a voice rings out, and you hear, Clan Kundarek! Barakuzad! Kuzara Minyo! For the honor of your clan! You don't know who said it. But it's just like you can feel the emotion. Like someone who knew the honor of your house and its history exhorts you. And it's just like all of you, it's like tears come to your eyes because you know that the old ways have not been forgotten.
We start banging our hammers together and saying, Baruch Assad. Assad, I mean.
Fate. And that is a powerful noise. That is a powerful noise as your clan goes off to battle.
I pull out my green flute and continue playing this one with me. All sang together.
Fate, you do so. And you may have been dishonored by the throne, but the words of some random dwarf have returned your honor. And you leave with honor. As a matter of fact, the dwarves start to clap in unison with your hammer blows. And it echoes through the halls. And a song someday will be made of this moment. This is a moment of legend. As you arrive at the North Gate, everyone roll 20 sided.
I look at the scholar and say,
50.
I wonder whether this will be a epic or a tragedy.
14.
Would you roll?
17.
He puts a hand on your shoulder and he says, I will tell you something, young man. Dwarven epics and tragedies are the same.
That bird's fantastic.
And you hear a no.
I swear I've...
Fate. Okay, now you guys said that you brought torches. Okay, you actually have one better. I'm going to introduce you guys to a dwarven lantern. All right. Now you're going to argue with me because this is going to sound magic, and of course it's not magic. This is all craft. Okay, this is dwarven craftsmanship.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a way where you can craft rock, where it brings light, and you know how to do that, and it's not magic. This is just craft. All right. So what the dwarven smiths have done is made rocks shine with this light, and they encased it in a lantern, and it always shines brightly. So you have to put up the metal hood over it to make it dark. And if you do so, it's completely dark because you're dwarves. And if you make a lantern, it's going to be that way. All right. But once you open it up, this brilliant light shines out. And of course, since you are dwarves, it is the light of the stars. And the stars, of course, are the dwellings of the gods when they are not in Galadriel. So all of you have dwarven lanterns, and some of you hold them, and some of you have them on staffs. But that is what you carry, and those are, if they were sold to a human kingdom, again, that would be a priceless relic that would be passed from king to king.
Can I lean over to Ark? Hey, can you borrow your reed flute for a second?
Will I get it back?
Oh, yeah, of course. Just need it for a second.
Okay.
Take the flute and kind of blow on it. The tune comes out.
Roll 20. This is very...
Boring.
All of you hear a return, like dueling banjos, like dueling flutes. Like he goes, do, 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 do. And then distantly behind you, you hear, do, 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 do.
Oh, no.
Do you think the spider follows us?
Never mind, you better take that drink.
And you don't. You think maybe it is the thing of legend.
Mm-hmm.
It is the Mad Piper.
What?
And you don't know why.
It makes sense with him.
Well, also it's a flute, and he's a piper, but...
It's probably just your imagination. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I just
No,
trying
have
to
a great
recall an old
imagination.
childhood tune.
Ark,
And,
we'll squeeze it out of him when we have some bandits somewhere.
Tror turns to Alias and looks at the little dairy girl. And then he looks at you. You go. And he continues moving.
Just
Now-
like, well, you have your whole clan with you.
I'm glad
Fate.
you proved sure.
Fate. You come to this area is all about defense. Okay, in a dwarven kingdom, there's going to be areas that are just absolutely dedicated to defense all throughout, so that you can defend, fall back, defend, fall back. So you come to the place where there is the north gate. It opens into a smallish room about the size of this, but then there's ramparts all the way around it. All right? The only way to get to this north gate is through a rope ladder, and the rope ladder can be easily pulled up. So anybody who bursts in through this just gets crossbowed from above. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is like where you guys held and stopped them. All right. Obviously, it's been cleaned up, but the rope ladder, you can throw it down, and there's always guards there to bring it back up. And when the guards see you, they nod, because the power of the moment of you guys hitting your shields and stuff has carried. And now that respect that you had before, you see in the guards' eyes once again. So when you come in, they snap to attention, and you know what to do. You walk right to the rope ladder and you throw it down, and you just start climbing down. And you know this is a momentous moment. Once you go past that dwarf, you are outside of this kingdom, which is good and bad. You are your own man, but you are alone yourselves. You are Sinn Fein, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you all climb down, and you are in that little room, and there is the gate. It is made of azulum. It is the hinges are gigantic. I mean, it would take an act of the gods to break through this door, and you all know that dwarves just like this have been broken through in the past. But from this side, for a dwarf, all you do is just go like this, and it opens without any noise, and both doors open at once. In fact, you just need to go like this, and then just start doing it on their own. And you look out into darkness. Everybody roll 20-sided one more time.
16.
19.
4.
4.
You, almost instinctively, stride forward. Thor's right behind you. You are the tanks. You are the biggest. You are all wearing really good armor now, with really good weapons, but you belong in front. And that's where you are, but you lead. And as you do, you see the light of the lanterns flood the room. I won't say room. What you see is awe-inspiring, and you have been here before. You do not need me to describe it, but I will for you. This was once a natural cavern. And the natural cavern is in the shape of a V. So you have way up high, maybe even 50 yards, is a natural cavern with stalactites or stalactites, whichever one they are. Goes down into a V, and at the very bottom of the V, which is almost a quarter mile down, is water. And all along this V, and this V goes on for miles, you know that. On either side of the V are mines, but no more. All
You're running water?
Running water, but just a trickle. But if you fell down that V, that would be a deadly fall. You just tumble, and then die. Maybe not a dwarf, but maybe a dwarf. Now, the thing is that a shelf has been carved on this side of the V, okay? And on this shelf is houses that are cut into the side of the mountain. So they look like houses, but they actually are carved in like Petra. You guys have ever seen that? So it's Petra all down this side in like a road. It's all been carved into the side of the mountain, and then the V continues down. And you are looking down this road, and it's perfectly straight, even though the cavern kind of goes like this, because dwarves have done this, and that's just what dwarves do. And then mines are all down the side. There used to be paths, ladders, all kinds of stuff leading to these mines. They are long gone. You know that this whole area was sacked by the enemy, and it looks it. Now, here's where things get interesting. No dwarf has gone this far in a long time. And all you see is just piles of skeletons everywhere. You see gigantic skeletons, like skeletons of creatures that were 20, 25 feet tall. You see dwarven skeletons in ancient armor. You see orcs, you see trolls, you see every manner of creature that you possibly could. The enemy didn't bother to bury anyone or anything, because that is just how the enemy is. They do not care.
So before we go any further, I just want to take stock of who has really great hearing and smell in this clan. Because I have horrible hearing.
Roll 20-sided.
Not bad.
16.
Okay. When you are talking about being outside and being aware and scouting and tracking and all that kind of stuff, there is only one man. And that is Hawk.
Okay.
All right. He has developed these skills. He is not like most dwarves, although there have been dwarves like him in the past. Herc, lesser, but Herc comes with help. Actually, out of her pack, now perks up. You see a Wolverine perk up, which kind of like, you look at that and you're kind of like,
Here we go.
really? And also there is a Raven.
You brought your puppet?
And the Raven and the Wolverine kind of like have been, they just hide when they're around other dwarves, but they kind of poke out now.
Mm-hmm.
And so now your two companions are sort of back.
When he says that, he brought your puppet and say, he is his own man.
And that's no puppet.
I could no more puppet hit. Have you ever tried to control a Wolverine? Don't.
No, and I've never wanted to as a dwarf.
And the Wolverine speaks, and and all of you kind of roll your eyes because you know that a dwarf would have to wake up an animal for that to happen, and for some reason she has decided to do this. He has decided to do this. And the Wolverine turns to you and says, I am up for any fight with anyone. And just kind of growls at you.
Scratch your nose cheek.
Roll 20-sided.
My finger. 11.
You do that, and it bites down on your finger, and you go, "Oh, that's unpleasant." And then it lets you go, and you kind of go, A human would be considerably more affected, but since you are who you are, you just kind of look at the Wolverine chomping down on your finger, and just kind of go,
It's cute. It's cute.
I wouldn't say that to him again.
The Raven says, "That was a nice one."
How good is your Raven's night vision?
Traditionally, ravens don't have night vision, so I wanted to ask you, is there something magical about once an animal's been woken?
They have the abilities of the creature.
Okay. I shake my head and say, you will do better when there's light. But he's a raven. We don't fly him.
Oddly, all of you have been here before. It looks, your hearts sink because it looks so different, but and actually all of you, these horrible memories flood into you, especially you, roll 20-sided.
2.
The last time you were here, the Hearthguard was dragging you to the door, and you were yelling, "No! No! Let me die! Let me die!" You're like, "No! For your son! For your son! No!" You had just seen your wife killed in the most horrible way that you could by just
Turns to
You-
the side of the cavern and puts his arm up on it.
all of you have your own memories of your homes being burnt, of your kin being slain. You knew his wife, all of you. There were, hundreds and hundreds of dwarves were lost. This was a horrible fight, and it's one that none of you. It was not heroic. You were forced back. You were slain. There was too many of them. They were too powerful. It was horrible. And all of you remember and are silent, except for Thor, who starts walking. Crunch, crunch, crunch on the bones. And he has a shield and a warhammer, and he is walking like the enemy is 10 feet in front of him. Crunch, 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 and he's just starting to walk.
I put a hand on your shoulder and say, if nothing else comes of this, we have a chance to say goodbye to her. We never got that before.
He has the right idea. Let's leave this place.
The idea of seeing your wife's bones does not appeal to you. But perhaps if you do, she needs to be buried. It is good you have someone who can.
Can I find her?
Perhaps. You know exactly where she died, like it was yesterday.
I would.
It's quite a march, but you can get there. Thor's, he is gone.
Really?
Yeah, we should find the bones.
Priest,
You can bury her.
thank you. Father seems overcome, so I look at him and raise an eyebrow, as if to say, do you want me to take the lead?
I know where it is. I'll find her.
Fake. And you go. Everyone roll 20-sided. Please give me a couple of ones.
15.
4.
18.
Yes?
I got a 1.
No, you didn't.
18.
You dirty diggler, you. Okay.
That just goes right back in
Oh.
the bank.
That's right.
All right. Well, that's a regal, man.
Yep. Give me another one.
20. Ah! A nice spend. Thank you.
Everything goes completely without incident. You do find you are attuned to this. Like, there is dried orcish dung that is less than a month old that you've passed several times. There have been orcs and you do see tracks, but they're all very old. Apart from that, nothing. You think you have come to the place where your wife's bones are. Roll 20-sided.
8.
You do not find them.
Do you have any memory that could allow me to help my father with this? I was young. But
Yeah, you can certainly recognize where you used to live. And you just, as a matter of fact, you see there should be dwarven bones everywhere.
Were we all there?
Yeah,
the day?
you're all there. You're all there.
No. When it happened,
Oh, yeah. No, well, not maybe in that particular spot.
Okay.
Okay, but you were in various parts of this battle. So you may have seen him or hooked up with him, but in that particular moment, you were not there. If you were there, you may have just died along,
Yeah.
It's maybe good that you weren't. She was the last female member of your clan. There are no dwarven bones anywhere. Anywhere.
what have they done with their dead, those animals?
Roll 20-sided. You want to roll really low. No, roll. I'll do the opposite. Roll really high for ignorance. Maybe you know, but you don't want to know. You have a mission now. There are no bones to bury. In fact, in that moment, Tror puts his hand on your shoulder, which is unusual because he hates you. But he puts his hand on your shoulder and he says nothing, but he looks at you and he just nods like, come on, we go. And then he turns and he walks away. And in that, he totally takes your mind off of what you were doing. Thankfully, and he is right. You follow.
Just take a ransom. I was 5 or 6 when we left here. I didn't
Roll 20.